Quick review. Should you see Godzilla, King of the Monsters in 3D? I saw a laser projected viewing of this movie and the cinematography looked great. It is enhanced by the 3D. Whether they are in the air, on land, or under the sea, all visual elements look great, are spaced realistically, and properly placed on the three-dimensional stage. The optimization of the 3D is really good. It is optimized on the natural side. The depth looks realistic. The optimization does a good job of conveying distance between giant visual elements near the background and regular-sized characters and smaller elements placed near the center of the three-dimensional stage. Visuals do not look layered. Sequences with just the monsters fighting are good, but most do not show the full view of the monsters for substantial amounts of time. Some attacks and movements were edited short. There are numerous scenes with humans shown from their perspective in front of the action in the background. This combined with the great optimization was like being at a wrestling match and people start to walk and stand in front of you. I felt like reaching out and moving the characters out of the way so I could see the fight better. These scenes did a good job of distinguishing the sizes between humans and monsters, but these instances should have occurred minimally. Characters and visual elements are placed properly on the three-dimensional stage. Large elements were placed in the background. Medium-sized and smaller-sized elements moved through the center of the stage. Very small elements are placed in the front. There are some scenes with people viewed from the waist up that fill half of the screen. Since they were placed in the center, their presence was not overbearing. There is not much engagement in this movie. There are no memorable moments between any visuals and the audience. There aren't many moments of visual elements affecting other elements at different depths of the stage. Most of the action takes place in the center of the stage or the background. However, there is one scene with a character in the background that caused a pane of glass to break in front of him. The optimization made this sequence look great, and it, combined with sound effects, made me move back in my seat. Where this movie lacks in engagement, it makes up with immersion. The immersion is excellent. I was immediately impressed when the opening act started. You see people react to the destruction around them, and then you see Godzilla enter the screen in the background. Smoke and cinders were floating around. With the great optimization of depth, this put me in the moment. Later, there are many scenes of rain showers that the audience views from different distances and from within. Different scenes have various degrees of immersion and display many different environments with various climates at all times of the day. There are many scenes that take place in dark settings. The optimization helps to make elements more distinguishable in the dark. There are multiple instances of lens flares. They do not appear out of place, nor are their presence visually confusing nor distracting when viewed in 3D. They mostly appear when humans are the focus of a scene. There are a few instances of ghosting, but only when a lit logo is displayed in the dark. There is no strobing present in this movie. This is a comfortable movie to watch in 3D. I felt no eye strain during action sequences. I did not experience any visual fatigue from viewing multiple elements. I was not overwhelmed by large-scale images because none were placed in the foreground. There were no drastic camera angle changes, so I experienced no disorientation. However, there are many shaky camera shots throughout the movie. The camera would be still during sequences containing the monsters, but almost every scene that just had humans in it had the camera shaking. These scenes did not cause me to have motion sickness. They were just annoying to experience in a 3D movie. Scenes like these detract from the realism of immersive 3D and takes you out of the moment. Another thing that detracts from this 3D experience are the decisions made by certain characters. Given who they are, some characters' decisions and justifications are so illogical that they will confuse you, taking you further out of the moment. In conclusion, Godzilla, King of the Monsters looks great, but it deserves a better plot. Godzilla is supposed to be the true star of this movie, but he does not have an acceptable amount of screen time. The opening scene pulled me in, but the next scene and others after that with the shaky camera view detracted from the 3D experience. Do not expect to be engaged. However, the optimization of depth and immersion of the settings made this experience feel realistic. The 3D was not overwhelming and it allowed visual elements to be distinguishable in dark scenes. The main problem is the justifications for some characters' decisions did not make any sense. This is the first movie that made me want to get up and leave in the middle of it. However, the cinematography, special effects, and monster fights are great to behold on the big screen, especially when viewed by laser projection. If you decide to see Godzilla King of the Monsters, see it in 3D because it will immerse you and enhances the parts of this movie that are good.